fact, our funding has been at the same level for the past 10 years. And if the food cost would be the same, that would be one thing, or the gas for the deliveries would be the same, but everything has increased.
Everyone knows that.
Except our funding.
Good evening and welcome to Captions. My name is Lamar Anderson, sitting in for the ailing Mr. Andre Bohannon. On tonight's show, we're going to focus on community action and changing lives. The guest that we have on this particular show is Mr. Vance Jordan of Head Start.
Good evening.
And Mrs. Teresa Murphy of Early Head Start. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're going to get into a few different things. Mr. Jordan, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Head Start?
I am a family service specialist team leader, and what I do there is that we work with the families that of the children that are in our program, trying to work our family towards self-sufficiency. With all our kids that come through, there are various needs that each of these families have, and we try to address those needs as they come before us, and that could be a wide range of things. So, being that we have those families, and when we get an opportunity to get to work with those families, we try to work with them best by trying to find out what their needs are first, and we do what is called a self-assessment, and we go from there to find out exactly what needs that they have that we can work with and try to bring them from towards self-sufficiency.
Okay. And Head Start is a program that's been around for quite some time.
Yeah, I believe since 1964.
1964. So a lot of people who may not know about Head Start, why Head Start? What is so very important about this particular program?
Head Start is a family-oriented program that we don't just work with the children or try to have them. Our whole objective is to educate the children, but at the same time try to help the families, again, moving towards self-sufficiency in their education, in their employment, and in wholeness of serving the family. There are various needs that each family have, and we try to address whatever those needs are so that we can best get out of our families, or best move our family towards self-sufficiency.
And through the last year, approximately how many families does a program like Head Start service?
Well, we have enrolled in our program 670 children, but that's children that are spread out in various sites that we have. We have a site called Webster School and we have Treewind, and we have Sterling, and these are half-day programs that we serve some of our children. And then we have Valeska Hinton, and we have Harrison School, and we have Urban League, and those are our full-day sites that we again try to serve both educating the child and serving the family.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about the different components that encompass Head Start?
Well, one of the other components that encompass Head Start is that we try to get the family not just coming into our building, but becoming involved and becoming a part of their children's lives, and especially when we look in terms of our fathers, that we have a program called the Father Initiative Program, but more accurately we call it now Father in Action.
Okay.
And what we want to do and what our objective is try to get the fathers involved in the lives of their children, whereas it's not just that's my boy or that's my girl,
okay,
but that's the child that has come to know me and I know them, and I have a hand in their development. They know what I want, they know what my values are, my core values are, and that we're trying to work towards building a life together and make sure that this child of mine is able to go out into the world when that day comes to be a productive citizen. Oh. So we're trying to get fathers to basically run the program itself. And right now, we're there, but we don't want to run the program. Okay. It's not our program. It's really the father's program, and we would like for them to have their stamp or their hands or their DNA basically throughout the whole program itself.
Okay, in terms of the other components, you have teachers at Head Start, any other people who are working directly with these families as well as the children?
Sure, we have, of course, the teachers that educate our children, and then we have family development workers or family service specialists that works with the family, try to assess the needs again of the family. If there's needs for referral to some of the programs, some of the agency, our collaborative agency, that will try to make sure that they're steered in that direction to educate them or to help them with employment. We have a job board that basically we post jobs that that comes to our attention. We post them in the building and have them to take a look at the building to make sure, take a look at the board to make sure that they have an opportunity to see what is available to where they're at presently.
Okay.
And to try to address the job needs that they have. And then also we would provide them with information that you can always go to Workforce Network, and Workforce Network will provide them with, helping them with their resume and doing other things to try to help them to become job ready.
Okay. And in terms of education, what are the educational collaborations that you all have?
Well, we have ICC we work with to help towards getting GEDs. Okay. We have also a program with English as a second language. Okay. For our Latino families that do not have workable English language, so that they're better able to serve their family and to live in this community, and knocking down some of the barriers. And language could be a barrier that will keep them, will hinder them or keep them out of some job opportunities.
Okay. So what are some of the many different programs that you have offered throughout this year that are helping your families to become self-sufficient?
Well, we've had a program with family literacy, okay, where we've had basically the children and their fathers coming together and reading and reading to them, as well as selecting books that they get to purchase and keep. We also have had other education, our educational department has offered learning by six or something of the sort, okay, where they have the children come and get a book at the same time they read, to have a person in to read the book, and then there's a number of books that they get a chance to not purchase but given to them free of charge. Then also we've had financial literacy program where we try to help with them to understand the financial opportunities that are there, or how to better come up with a budget, live within the budget, how to make your money work for you, and moving things along that line so that they're able to become, again, self-sufficient.
Okay. And how easy is it for families to come in and volunteer? Are families welcome to come in and volunteer in their children's classrooms?
We have open door policy. We encourage our families, our mothers and fathers, to come in and be in the classroom with their children, volunteer, go on bus or field trips with the children, actually sit in the classroom with the children. We've even, for those families that don't have transportation, for some sites that they actually can get on the bus with their child and come into school and spend the whole day with their child if they so desire. We do those type of things because we want the families to be involved in the lives of their children, not just not just seeing, oh, how you doing, how the day been, but actually get to know your teacher, get to know what your teacher is teaching you, and so those things become more pertinent or more real to them, as opposed to just in a cliche said or stated and no real connections.
Okay, and we see a lot of different budget cuts that are happening, mm-hmm, throughout the United States as well as in Illinois. How would any of those budget cuts affect your families?
Well, if they took away all the budget, or it would cripple our program and our educational process to our kids. They would not be. They would not get a head start. They would not. They would be behind their counterparts in the sense that there's nobody to educate them. District 150 is no longer offering as many classroom to our children for preschool or pre-kindergarten classes. And so because their numbers has dwindled, we've been able to try to pick up the slack, so to speak. But if we're taken away, then that means the children in the Peoria area will lose out on education because it's no longer another option for them, being that there's no one there to educate them.
Great. Now, thank you for waiting so patiently, Ms. Murphy. Mrs. Murphy, I do have a few questions for you in regards to Early Head Start. So why is a program like Early Head Start so very important?
Well, with Early Head Start, we recognize that infants, toddlers, and pregnant women need more intensive case management. We have done some brain research and just found that getting that child into the program, providing that training and that education as early as possible is going to be beneficial to their later learning. So we provide prenatal education training. We provide just intensive, comprehensive child development education, health, mental health, like I said before, prenatal, nutrition, dental, all of those things are given and as far as services to the families.
Okay. Approximately how many families do you service?
We serve 111 children right now, and that's well over 100 families. We're funded for 111.
And what are some of the different components of the Early Head Start program?
As mentioned previously, health and mental health. We ensure that the children are being seen by the doctor, that they have a medical home, not just the children, but the entire family have a medical home. We recognize that there are mental health issues that can hinder progress for a family to become self-sufficient or for a parent to even be involved in their child's education. We also help with nutrition. We have been doing some research, and we found that Illinois is the 24th fattest state.
Wow.
So
Could you repeat that, please?
Illinois is the 24th fattest state.
Want to make sure they heard
based
that.
on what we have been researching, and we just try to educate the families on the proper food, the proper portion size, and we're really encouraging exercise. We also conduct parent trainings as far as job readiness skills, literacy skills, English as a second language. So there's a wealth of information that we give to the families.
So what are some of the things you all are also doing to help your families become self-sufficient? Because I believe that's probably one of your goals as well.
Yes, that is one of the primary goals. Again, literacy is so important. If you can't read or understand the language, that's the foundation. They have to have those literacy skills. So we do give them financial literacy information as far as how to budget the money that they do have. They have limited amount of funds as it is. So we encourage them to budget and prioritize their needs versus their wants. We also provide them with job training skills, like how to write a resume, what to even wear to an interview, what to say or how to present yourself at interviews, things like that. And we refer out to different places as well to get maybe some more intensive training and computer skills, that type of thing.
Okay. Now, another question I did have, very similar to the question I asked Mr. Jordan. With all of these different budget cuts, how does that affect a program like Early Head Start?
What will happen is let me back up. We provide services to the most needy families. We are providing services to the very poor. The very poor don't have very many opportunities as it is. And what's going to happen is they're going to have even less opportunity to succeed as would their counterparts who are living in a higher socioeconomic circumstance. And so, you know, the education, like I said, the training, just basic knowledge that a lot of these families don't have, that's why we're here. We want to service those at-risk families. And if we don't have currently, there's not even enough child care slots, for example, with us being funded. Okay. If we weren't funded, that would just be even less opportunity for the very poor children to get some of those same services that they so desperately need.
And one of the things that I wanted to follow up with both of your programs about is that in terms of recruitment, or how does someone actually get their child involved or get involved in your program? Who do they contact? How do they get in contact with you all?
Well, recruitment for us is going on all year round, And the things that you need to bring or make sure that that you have is your birth certificates, proof of income, because two of the things that we're based on is age and income. And if you qualify with those two things, and then of course the other things that we need, that of your school record, meaning your physical with lead and hemoglobin and TB results, your dental, you know, and so we're in need of those things, that when you come in to do an application, make sure that you provide us with all those things that are needed for your child to get enrolled. We're there from 8 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. Come on in and we will take your application.
And what is the location?
The location is Webster School, right there at 923 West Millman, but you enter on the Butler Street side.
Okay. And you can also see the phone number right here, right now. That number is on the screen, so contact Head Start. And for Early Head Start, how does someone get involved and get in contact with Early Head Start?
Okay, our administrative office is located at 427 West Main Street. The contact person is the Community Partnerships Coordinator, and her name is Donna Ship. And it's just like Mr. Van said, age and income are the criteria for being enrolled in the program. For Early Head Start, if you are pregnant or who have children up to the age of 3, we are enrolling, and we do year-round recruitment as well.
Okay. I truly want to thank both of you all for coming. Hopefully we got all the information we needed to get out about your programs. Would love to have you all back here on Captions. Sit back, relax. We're definitely going to get into some more things right here on Captions. I'm your host, Lamar Anderson. Stay tuned.
ICC, in partnership with PCCEO, a local community-based organization, partnered up a couple of months ago and entered into a competitive bid process. That competitive bid process was made possible by the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus and a $400 million initiative that was negotiated in the 2009 Illinois Capital Construction Plan. The design behind this program was pretty simple. We knew in 2009 that there was going to be heavy unemployment in a lot of urban communities across the state of Illinois, places like Chicago, Peoria, Danville, Champaign, Decatur, East St. Louis. And the logic behind this was, what are the things that we can do from a government perspective to, number one, keep people trained, people that want to work, people that have a desire to work, people that have a willingness to work. What can we do during this economic downturn to keep them working, to keep their skills sharp? What can we do to also create a benefit to the greater community? And there lies the Urban Weatherization Program. The Urban Weatherization Program takes people, trains them, and then puts them to work right here in our community. And I think that PCCEO and ICC partnering together to do this work, there's no two greater organizations and institutions in this community that could have partnered to go after these dollars. There are more dollars available, and my hope is that each time those dollars become available and that competitive grant process comes up, that ICC and PCCEO continue to partner together to make this opportunity possible to individuals within their community. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to tour this place today, and I'm just honored that we have community members who are actually going to benefit from these dollars from the state of Illinois.
The Urban Weatherization Program, we have a great group of students here, and we're not only learning about weatherization, but we also learn about how to present yourself on the job, how to go the extra mile, have enthusiasm, a positive mental attitude, what many employers are looking for nowadays. And besides that, then we have some props back here that we'll be doing later on as far as the actual hands-on work. And we'll take some tests toward the end of the week, and we have 6 weeks in class, and then 2 weeks OJT, and from there we're hoping people will go on to be employed.
It was a long recruitment process, and so many people turned in applications, but we are happy to say that we have 3 more classes that we will be hosting. with PCCEO and ICC. So anybody who is interested in being a part of getting into the green energy business with urban weatherization, feel free to contact PCCEO at 309-671-3900, and you can fill out an application at our main office, which is at 711 West McBean. We look forward to a full class in our next session, which should start July 30th. So we hope that people will start calling and turning in their applications right away. It is our hope that through the on-the-job training that they will be able to show, our students will be able to show their abilities, their employability, their teamwork ability in order to obtain employment here in Peoria County or elsewhere. We're also working on helping with their resumes. We have already had ICC come in and help them with that, and we're also working on any referrals for those that need it. So we're doing the best that we can to give them all the tools possible to shine for all employers to see. So it's our hope that since the green energy business is booming in America, that they will more than likely receive some kind of assistance as far as getting employed.
The initial negotiation with the governor was $400 million, but that's statewide, and that money is divvied up on a twice per year. Those grants become available, and those grants are strategically dedicated towards areas based on a number of factors. They look at the unemployment rate within a particular community. They also take a look at the minority population, because historically we have had higher unemployment rates in minority communities.
In the weatherization program, we learn about air sealing. For instance, dense packing walls that may not have been insulated years ago when the energy was cheap and people just threw it together. We also learn about blow-in insulation for attics to bring it up to an R49 value for insulation purposes. We do hands-on, as I said in the back. The main purpose of weatherization is to first keep the air from coming in or going out, and then insulating. So we have the 6 weeks that we've been doing this. We have some core curriculum that we've been studying. We take quizzes, and then we'll take final tests. Learn how to set up a blower door. A blower door is what you set up in an exterior wall to tell how leaky your house is or may be, and then you can find hopefully the places the air is going out to seal the air from going out, keeps the air from coming in.
I've noticed that most of the homes that I've lived in or rented or anything like that, the air was just going out of the house. My bills was up to $1,000 a month. So now I know how to secure a house and what to look for. It is humongous. After seeing just some of the houses, every house I go into now, it seems like I'm given an assessment on what needs to be done, and I can see it everywhere. It's just a big need.
I want to start my own business, and hopefully help out a lot of people around Peoria, Illinois.
And the monies used for this program was not taken out of General Revenue Fund. The dollars that support this program came through the Illinois Capital Construction Plan that was passed in 2009. That was a $33 billion capital construction plan that is being used right now to fund this particular program. So this program, having the ability to function in Peoria and in other urban communities around the state, absolutely takes no money away from general revenue. So no money that will come to, say, Peoria to fund K through 12 education or higher ed or human services. Those dollars, I cannot reiterate that strongly enough, those dollars were not used in order to provide this particular program.
Welcome back to Captions. My name is Lamar Anderson, sitting in for Mr. Andre Bohannon. We'll continue our series in terms of changing lives with community action. I have three very special guests here with me today. And we're going to cover a variety of different programs. Ms. Vicki Brooks, Mr. Mark Jackson, and Ms. Ruth Simpkins. Welcome, you all.
Thank you.
Let's get into a few different questions. First question, and we're going to ask question, the agency that you currently work for is what?
PCCEO, Peoria Citizens Committee for Economic Opportunity,
And what area do you service at PCCEO?
the Weatherization Department.
Okay, and what's the purpose of this particular program?
The purpose of weatherization is to save the clients money on fuel costs and then energy conservation as a whole.
Okay. And approximately how many families would you say you service?
Well, this year our program year runs July 1 through June 30th, and so we're getting near the end of a program year, and we're going to have done probably about 390 homes this program year. The last couple years have been right around 400 homes per year, because of the our stimulus money helped us to do pretty much twice as many homes as we would without the stimulus money. But this is the last year for the our stimulus money.
Okay. So what are some of the different components of the program?
With weatherization, if the client qualifies, it's based on income limits, and we service people that are 200% of the poverty level. And based on the annual income, if the family qualifies, we go out and do a thorough assessment of the home, look at, do they have insulation in their walls, in their attic. We look at the conditions of their doors and windows. It saves energy mostly by air sealing the home. So we look at any place they could be leaking air and losing energy.
Okay.
So once that is determined, it's entered in the Department of Energy's system, and then we give out work orders to contractors to go out and air seal their home. And we also look at their furnace, and sometimes we replace them, sometimes we just service them and hopefully make them operate more efficiently. But it's an energy savings through air sealing primarily program.
And how does someone get in contact with your particular part of the program? What do they need to do?
Well, they don't need an appointment. They just need to come in. Our hours are 8:30 to 5. People are going out the door at 5, so I always tell everybody come before. They need to bring in proof of 90 days gross income for everyone in the household, 18 and older. They need Social Security cards for everyone in the household. If you're a homeowner, you need to bring in proof of home ownership, like either your property tax bill or a copy of the recorded title. If you're a renter, then you have forms for the landlord to sign authorizing, to do the work, and then he has to provide proof of ownership. And then they need a copy of their most recent Ameren bill to show that they do have energy in their name.
Okay. And there's a lot of programs that are being cut nationwide. Are you all affected? And if you are affected, how are your families affected?
Well, as I stated, if we're affected, a lot of clients will be affected because we can't service as many homes. We are going back to pre-2000 and going back to levels of funding that are like 2008, 2009 without our stimulus money. And so that's going to reduce the number of homes we're servicing by 50%, what we've been doing the last few years. And if we service less homes, it affects the amount of money people are spending on their energy costs and what they have money for, other things in their life. And we're serving people, low-income people, so it's a big factor.